Hey guys, it's June 14th. This is the second video in the series. In the last video, we were talking about how to auto-generate the images and that we can do it now to the tune of like 1,800 an hour. Easily enough to cover as many websites as we want. Okay. So for instance, I got all these totally optimized images, right? For every different city, for every different topic that we want. It's really up to us. So we can just generate them at this incredible rate. And because they're totally unique images, Google will raise the algorithmic score of our websites. Okay, Google's never seen these images before. They are materially nothing like anything Google's seen. And so that's incredibly good for us. And we can do this easily and we can do it endlessly. And with different styles, right? These are all based on one style, just doing a bunch of different cities. Okay, so what are we going to talk about now? Well, as you know, we have to be able to morph content, images, and templates, right? Template, theme, and colors. We always talk about that. So let's talk about colors. That's typography in the template. So I want to show you the most optimized way. By the way, this is how this is happening. This whole thing I'm showing you with the images, we just perfected this today, okay? Yesterday, we had it most of the way there. Now, this thing I'm showing you about typography, also we've been building it up for a while, and we just pretty much got it done today. We're still kind of toying with some final settings to get it just perfect, but let me show you what it's all about. So if I come here, this is the way the main website looks right now. Now, this is going to look really weird, of course, to you, like colors you would never want to pick, right? I mean, this doesn't even make sense. That's because these are not meant to be colors. This is not a normal template. This is actually the mapping that we're using to replace related colors for template or for color swap outs, okay? So we can create variations on that. So we can have like a dominant dark, one or two mid-tone colors, a light color, and then a version of white or off-white, black or off-black, and gray, you know? And we can literally mix and match these into groups that are harmonic and then put them into the websites in different ways. So we could have like the top banners a light color or the dark one in the series. So anyway, let me show you because we have one of these basically done. I want to show you what it's all about. Here's the thing. I took this website, got it all set up with all the data, okay? And you can see how this works already with the images, mapping it to the actual text on the banners. Totally awesome. And as you know, we can already swap out logos, change fonts, all the verbiage on the website. We can do image alt tags that have variables in them, so we can make this stuff work any way we want with any imagery we want. But and we can flip sections on or off, like whether we even have this services section in one template or another, we can flip it on or off. So when you think that the images swap out, the headers swap out, the content swaps out, the link verbiage swaps out, whatever it is, then yeah, we can, what we're going to put in the sidebar swaps out, placement of the bar, what we're using for images in the pages, everything here, right? Totally awesome. And that's just a placeholder. I'm going to change that later when I figure out how I want to deal with it. But now, what about the colors themselves? That's what I'm going to show you, the mapping of the colors. So without further ado, here's what I did. I downloaded the default settings, right? Default typography and website. And I can make copies of it. So I'm going to go 1, 2, like 3, 4, 5. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, that means that these 5 different copies here are totally different. I can set them up and keep them and just swap between them or use them to generate one site, this color scheme, another site, another site, another site, another. So what do? We created a whole bunch of swatches, right? So we got like 100 starter ones to work with, different harmonics. So we gave them names. Whoops. So we got like 100 different harmonics here, okay? And we're going to go with it just to see what we can do. So anyway, let me just show you how this works because it's pretty cool, right? So here we go. I'm going to take this first one here, okay? As soon as it pops up, okay? Enable the editing. All right, here we go. Now, I am going to do this. I'm going to go into the feed form editor using the T to HA toolbar. Okay, since we already have these tools, may as well use them. I'm going to replace the mapped colors that we have in our system with the colors from this color swatch here. So we should do something like, let's say that one, okay? Dark colors, midtones, light, some version of white or off-white, black or off-black, gray or off-gray, right? Now, let me go ahead and replace the color scheme so you can see what this is all about. I'm going to update it. So in the system it's set up, I just need to run it on that typography page, and I'm going to do it now. Okay, got to make sure I'm on the right page. It only changes the content on the page I'm on. Okay, B1 is done. So I can import B1, and this would be like, what we would do is take the original template, upload it in different places, and then make the different typography files and upload them into each of the templates so that we've totally changed the color schemes. In a separate step, we'll go through and change fonts. We'll go through and change images. We'll go through and change this, and much of it is already done. Moji covers all the main content on the pages, everything related to global variables, and therefore all the images as well. Typography isn't outfitted for Moji. There would just be too many individual connections to make. But this is our typography shortcut here. So let me show you what we're going to do. I'm going to take my B1 and I'm going to import it. Okay, and it's going to overwrite. Okay, but that's okay because I got my backup here. Those are the defaults, right? That's my model. So here's where we're at now. Remember, this is what we started with, right? Let me go ahead and see what we got now. Oh, neat, huh? This isn't bad, right? This is pretty cool. You know, how's that? Nifty little color scheme, right? We could still play with it a bit. We could still make little decisions about where we want darker and lighter colors, more or less contrast. But look at this. Remember, all the images are going to be changed. The topics, the content, the paragraphs, the verbiage for the headers, all that will change. This will change. What we display on the sidebar will change. But what we wanted to do was master these colors. See how the colors different over the sections? The off-whites and the off-grays. Okay, and then what we're doing, even for the background on these, right, are harmonic colors. This and this actually are decent. Okay, now that I'm just going to deal with later when I decide what I want to do with it, so ignore it. But look, even this looks good. And then the pre-footer, we still got to make some decisions on color contrast for the fonts in the footer. But whatever. And it just says, hey, we serve your area, call us now, whatever. Right? Back to the top button looks good. Well, let's do another one, right? See how different that can be. So I'm going to import a different feed file. That'll be B2 as soon as I set it up. Let's set it up. So we are going to see what else we can do. All right, let me take it over here. T to HA, feed form editor. And let me grab something different. Deep purples and stuff. I was looking for kind of this, oh yeah, red and lively caught my eye earlier. Let's just see what that's like. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. Whatever. Update. Okay, and then run it. Okay, it's done. I can see that changed the default settings. So B2 is ready to import. Let's import it. And again, we can import these to any of the versions that we make anywhere because they're all based on the same model. Okay, so take a look. Let's see how that looks. How's that? That's different, isn't it? That's pretty cool. See this? Starting to get the idea here. And this, by the way, these banners will point at whatever page I want. This is the automotive locksmith page, but if I wait and I'll flip to the next, I know the banner says automotive, but take a look. Emergency locksmiths, and that goes to the emergency page. So for instance, if I go there, it looks like this, right? How's that? So all these installations, I'll deal with this. All these installations are going to have their different usage, right? But everything will be based on harmonics, right? So we're going to swap out the logos, the names, the city, the relations, the phone numbers. All of the fonts will change slightly, different professional fonts. We have lots and lots of them. The images that are used for things like this will change, okay? Lots of these, lots of those. But we can auto-generate all the information we want and everything we want to happen totally fast and easily, right? Swapping out images is pretty simple, especially because we can create our own. So we can have our images just do different things, okay? Because we mastered that technology. It works now. Let's try another one for the fun of it, okay? And then I'll move on to the next topic. But just for the fun of it, I'm going to do one more. Just kind of see what we get. Because we have so many here. We know they're all harmonic. We just got to learn how to fine-tune our adjustments to make this thing really work for us, right? I don't know. Vivid blues and orange. I'm curious. I'm game. Let's do that. Vivid blues and orange, it's called. So add that up. Okay. Replace. Oh yeah. Copy. Okay. By the way, we got these schemes from award-winning websites. Okay. 100 of them. Now look. See the default numbers, right? You can see they're all default numbers, but as soon as I run that thing, right? There, see? It changed. That's what's happening, right? So can we create images and typographies that match? Can we have our images use the same color overlays as the templates? Yes, we can. So we can get basically all the images to basically match all of the templates exactly, harmoniously. How's that for cool? Okay, let's import a feed file. Let's do number 3 here. And then I'll call that the end of this video because you guys will get it. Okay, so let's see what that one looks like. Okay. And again, I hope, look how different. Yeah, we still have a little bit of playing to do here to make sure that we get these things to match up properly. Okay, but we will, right? If I were to upload, like, let's say 50 versions of this template and take 50 out of these 100 typographies here and upload them into them, then I let the designers go in and final tweak color coding combinations and then download those typographies. They'll be fully adjusted, right? They'll look awesome. Everything will look totally awesome that way. It's really a cool way to go. And we're going to so do it, right? Look at that. Isn't that something else? I mean, it looks pretty cool. I don't know what to tell you other than I like it. I like the way this goes. This is really neat. Okay? Yeah. I just don't like that. And again, we have to make final adjustments to the way some of these prints go, but that's easy, right? That's not hard. We'll be done soon. All right, so I think you get the idea. We've got, let's think about combinations. If you take 100 versions of typographies, okay, and go back up, right? 100 versions of typographies, and you overlap them with, what do we have? 23 styles of banner imagery, okay? And that looks like this, really. Look, just at a glance, right? Whap, 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 wow. I mean, look at how different, right, the effects are for this, right? We can use the automotive one for the automotive page, residential for the residential page, emergency for the emergency page. And when you overlap like that, that's just, I don't know what to say. It's totally amazing. But yes, we can make these color schemes match. There are 3 colors at play in these things for the overlays. Let me just show you what I mean. There's a background color, then there's a color 1 and a color 2. Everything beyond that is white. That's 3. So that would mean something like this. If we know the background one should be lighter, then we'll probably go with image number 5 because that's almost always a light image or a light color. See, that one's light, that one's light, that one's light, that one's light. Most of the typographies is how it's going to be true. Some are mid. Okay, but we can do that to create different styles, right? And to make those colors mesh. So then what? The next color up here would pretty much be one of those two remaining colors, and then number 2 would probably be the offsetting. That's different. That's going to be the third remaining color. Going darker if we want white print. Get it? So that's an idea. We're just kind of playing with this stuff, but this is past development. This is just strategy. This is how do we create all these websites incredibly fast? We know we can. It's just which way are we going with it? This is stuff we're going to have finalized very soon. All right, I think you get that point. So in the next video, I'm going to show the next thing, and that's pretty amazing. I want to explain the value of that. All right, I hope you guys are following along. I do want to make this point. There are locksmith positions still available. For those of you that don't know, go to trialleads.com/ right? LPE, and that's where you sign up to be able to get locksmith positions. Then after you sign up, it gives you a code to log in. So you just need to know your email address and the code it gives you to log in. And so go to gettrialleads.com/ admin. Okay? And log in not as a cold caller, that won't work, but log in as an LPE owner, okay? Because you're trying to be an LPE owner. Put in your email and that pass you got. Hit log in. So once you're in there, explore those links on the left-hand side, the left margin links. One of those links is how you go see what's available, and the websites that are available, and that is how you get your position so you can be in on this when we take off. The purpose of my showing you this stuff now is for all the guys who've been hesitating because they don't know how much money it really takes to keep expanding and expanding and expanding. The point I'm making is this. The automation we're creating is so that we don't have to put money into work. Nobody has to go find lots of images, download lots of images, remove the source information, and then recrop, resize, create opacity layers, type content onto it, and save it, right? And then try to match it to a color scheme. That would take forever. What we're doing with our color swatches is auto-generating websites with styles and auto-generating images with matching styles, okay? And putting it all together and sticking it all up. So this means between the content, the image variability, the template variability, and the automation for template colors, right? That we can just keep cramming this stuff out for minimal cost and very efficiently because it's just the cost of each domain name, dedicated IP address, wildcard SSL, and just basic pitch in towards content, image work. But now that we have all this development done, this is easy. Expansion is a breeze. We can just expand without creating new material. Creating new images is simple. Change the background image, run it again. It's totally new images. One image I need to go get to make that happen. One, right? Then I can make 5,000 new images, which covers lots of websites, city by city, topic by topic, for any industry we want. And then same with the content's already going to cover us for hundreds and hundreds of websites, at least 400, from the content that we're having created now. So we're not going to have to go write new content for every new website. We don't need to, okay? And then the template variability, the programming's already done for that. And the color coordination to be able to generate different good-looking template variations, as you see, that's under control. So we are incredibly close. So my next video will take you to the next step yet. It's really cool. Hope you like this.